Money Vikings, how you doing? Hope you're having a great winter holiday season that is upon us. And I wanted to do a interesting video today. I want to talk about the three sort of wealth building phases that we experience and have in our life. And I have experience personally with two of them. So for the younger viewers, this is sort of information from someone who's older, but then there's the third phase, which I have not had experience with, but I think I know something about from a lot of the interviews and the research that we've done at Money Vikings over the years. And that said, please check out our blog if you're interested in some of our past articles. truewealth.moneyvikings.com is our blog, and it basically has about 7+ years of research and articles that Jerry and I have put together on how to build wealth, personal finance. There's even a whole cryptocurrency section in there because we've been at the whole cryptocurrency thing since the beginning of our blog journey. That's kind of hot right now and very interesting. And you'll see some of our takes on that and some of our research. But anyway, today I want to do three big phases in life in terms of your wealth building journey. So the first one I'm going to call the hustle years. And I want to say this to the younger generation because I want you to know that I don't want you to lose hope. I want you to know that things for younger people have always been kind of challenging. And I think they're particularly challenging today. I think inflation, the cost of things, student loan debt, all that kind of stuff, technology has disrupted a lot of things for younger folks. But I don't want you to lose hope, because there is hope. And I want you to know a little bit about how it's always been a little bit hard to get totally launched. You know, unless you had some real legs up in life or some real lucky breaks, it's always been a little bit hard to get started. And I'm Gen X, so I'm kind of, a middle generation. But anyway, the bottom line is this. The first phase of wealth building is I'm going to call the hustle years. I'm going to do that. That's about from age 18 until 38. So I'm going to exclude childhood. We're going to take out your childhood from 1 to 18. Some people start earlier, some people start later, but basically from the age 18 to 38 is called the hustle years. And these are the years where there's like critical stuff going on. And I call it the hustle years because I still believe, I think hustle culture is kind of not as popular anymore, or it's out or something, it's out of vogue. And I guess I would like to disavow some people of that. There is a lot of value in putting in the extra work and the extra investment and the extra sweat in those early years, in my humble opinion, because those are years where you're trying. So there's going to be failures. There's going to be bumps in the road. You're going to scrape your knees. You're going to make mistakes in relationships. You're going to make mistakes with money. You're going to make mistakes in school. You're going to make mistakes in your career. There's no way out of it. There's no way out of not making some mistakes. The critical thing is that during these hustle years of 18 to 38 is that you're learning valuable lessons from those mistakes, and you're recalibrating every step of the way. So that is what I think is the most critical thing. But these are the years where you're trying to discover, number one, you have to figure out what you're going to do in school that's going to then lead to some kind of vocational or job that you can start bringing in income, because you have to have something to work with as an investor. You have to have something to start with in order to start investing. And so this is a very critical time from that 18 to 38. And again, that's why I call them the hustle years. So if you're in that age bracket, leave a comment. What do you think about this? Do you agree that it's called the hustle years? Do you think it's important to put in the work and the extra energy and the mistakes that it's going to take to have success during not only that time, but if your future self? The other thing I'll talk about at this time is it's very important to educate yourself during the hustle years on investing, and you've got to start. That's the biggest thing, and that's one of the things we've talked about for years. Most of the people that are millionaires later in life, they start as early as they can and they do automated investing. So that's why I'm always about automation. So that first job, 22, 23, 24, 25, whatever, ensure that you're doing the automation into the 401k, into the IRA, into the Robin, whatever account you're investing in. So those are the hustle years. That's 18 to 38. The second phase. So the second phase, I'm in the second phase. The second phase is the accumulation and the investing phase, right? And so during the second phase, I'm going to roughly say it's from 38 to about 58. And during this time, if you have hustled during the 18 to 38, I think you can let off the gas a little bit. But I also think that you have built up a lot of skills and tools to be able to be a very successful investor. You understand diversification, strategic diversification. You are accumulating as much as you can during this time. Now, this is a tough time. This is typically one of the hardest times in people's lives because there are tensions out there. And what I mean by tensions is that these are typically the most expensive time of a person's life. So they're typically raising a family. They are, paying down a mortgage. They're paying down all their school debt, etc. So during this time, it's critical to find the balance between those tensions. And the other thing too is that you got to enjoy life as well. So you want to enjoy life as you go through it. Life is not all about, just saving and investing money until you're 80, and then living your life. You can't do that. You got to live life as you go through it. And so in these middle years, you also have to enjoy your life as well. But anyway, so that is the investing and the accumulation phase is from those ages. So in that time, you gotta ramp up the investing, you gotta ramp up the accumulation, you gotta really put into practice all of the skills that you learned early on. Okay, so the third phase I'll mention. So from 58 on is what I would call the wealth years. And these are years where if you've done kind of the first 40 years of phases in a pretty good manner, then in those years, you're really living off of the fruits of all those investments. And not only that, maybe it's time that you can really give back. And it doesn't have to be through money, but it can be. Money's one way, but it's a time that you can give back. You might start to have more of your own free time, and especially if you have your health. So if you have your health and you have a little more time, maybe it's a time where you can start giving back in terms of helping others and just helping our society be a better place. So that is, those are the, golden wealth years, 58 on, typically. So that's kind of how I see it. I see life as sort of that arc of those three phases. But the big takeaways I want to leave you with are, number one, don't forget about the hustle years. And I think they are critical to future success. And hey, you have a lot of time in there. And it's not to say that you're not going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. That's totally what life, in a way, life is about making some mistakes. The important thing is to minimize the losses, learn from them, don't repeat them, and to move forward. And it's that whole concept of failing quickly, right? You fail quickly, you move forward, you learn, and you're better for it. The second phase, you got to be totally in major accumulation mode, major asset mode, major investing mode, but you've got to balance it with the tensions of that time. And then hopefully in the third phase, again, you're in more of a giving back and that kind of thing. There's no magical number for all this. People can have absolutely great financial freedom with all kinds of numbers. A lot of it has to do with your burn. It has to do with how much that you, how much you can minimize the expenses in your life. So that's all very, very, very critical. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, etc. And please like and subscribe, all that great stuff. Take care. Bye.